In this video, I'm going to show you a basic introduction to the messaging and reaction features of the Google Chat API. Hi, I'm David, a developer relations engineer at Google. With the Chat REST API, you can send messages to Spaces, chats, or direct to other users. Messages can be as simple as a single line of text sent to a space, group, or direct message, or as complex as a pop-up dialog to gain information from a user using the cards framework. Once created, messages can be updated or deleted by the original creator. Messages are sent using the Spaces Messages Create API endpoint. To send a message anywhere, you need to know the resource name of the space. This space can be any of the three types: a direct message, a group chat, or a space. The name will go in either the URL path or in the parent parameter, depending on the method you're using, as seen in this example. The body of the request should be a validly formatted JSON representation of the message to be sent. For a simple text message, it would look like this and give the result shown. The response back will be a fully populated message object, similar to the message object sent, but with any automatic assigned identifiers like the message ID and thread ID added. These become important if you wish to reply to an existing message. If you send another message, you're simply adding to the conversation in the main thread of the chat room. To respond to a specific message, you'd create a new message with the thread.name populated, which would give a new subthread. Should you need to edit an already sent message, it can be done using the update command. You need to know the message name and whether you are editing text or cards, and then use the Spaces Messages Update API endpoint with the body containing the updated message. You can also remove messages using the Spaces Messages Delete API endpoint. All you need for this is the name of the space and the name of the message, as shown here. If you don't have the message names, then the Spaces Messages List command is your friend. This will fetch the messages from a space, allowing you to check them and find the one that you want to reply to, edit, or delete. Messages can be filtered by date and/or thread to reduce the number of messages to be checked. Deleted messages can be included in this, but you cannot get the original message content of these, only the time and date stamp and the metadata about the sender. Messages can also be sent with attachments. These attachments can be either an uploaded file or a pointer to an existing file on the user's Google Drive. Uploading the attachment is done using a Spaces Messages Create API endpoint just as before, but including the attachment field with the attachment details as shown in this example. Card messages allow for a much richer apps experience. They can have formatting and buttons for further actions, sections and dividers, and images and icons. The process of creating and sending a card message is exactly the same as for a regular message, just the message format changes. Instead of a simple text element we used before, the card is formatted in a much larger JSON under the message's cards v2 element as shown. Just as with simple text messages, cards can be updated or deleted if necessary in exactly the same way. Reactions are emojis attached to a single text message to allow users to show emotions without needing to send a textual response. Reactions can be added to messages using the Spaces Messages Reactions Create API endpoint. The app will need to know the message name, just like for adding a threaded reply, and the Unicode ID of the emoji to be added. The response will be a reaction object returned with the name as identifier added, which is the ID of the reaction which you will need going forwards. Like with messages, the app can check which reactions have been added to a message using the Spaces Messages Reactions List API endpoint. If successful, this returns a list of reaction objects containing the user who added the reaction and the Unicode of the reaction itself, along with the ID of the reaction object. This ID returned by the list command can then be used to delete reactions if necessary using the Spaces Messages Reactions Delete API endpoint. Hopefully, this video has given you an idea of what the Spaces API can be used for. Please check out the links below for more resources and samples to help you further. Hit that like button if you've learned something new in this video, and remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos about Google Workspace development.